James, you're returning to Houston in the wake of the community being devastated by a winter storm that left people without food, without power. Why did you feel the need to step in and help?
Because I feel like Houston is still a part of me, community wise. Obviously, I did some pretty amazing things on the court, but off the court, I was, hopefully as impactful as I was on the court. And with this winter storm, it's probably crazier than Harvey in the sense of so many people were affected and still affected. And so I feel like me trying to provide as much food and water as I can and replumbing of these people's homes and so they can live and in their homes and be safe and be happy is something that I felt like it was needed to do. So that process is going to take a long time just because there's so many people that we have to try to get to, but you have to start somewhere. And that's my team is doing an unbelievable job of getting to these people's homes. I think we're doing 5, 6, 7 homes a day with the plumbing system. So we're getting there, and we're trying to get as many people as we can.
I think a lot of people think that this is something that's in the past. It's already happened. The storm is people are starting to get power back. What would you want those people to know about what's going on in Houston?
That it's not as good as it looks. There's still some people that are hurting. That are still suffering out there, and I feel like it's my job to try to get to those people and help them in any way I can. And anyone else anyone else that wants to help, join in. But there's a lot of people out there that that needs help, and I'm there for them.
Walk me through what it was like for you as you're making these calls, juggling trying to get more supplies to Houston.
Uh, it was easy for me because that's something that I'm passionate about doing. Like obviously, basketball is one thing, it's one passion, but helping others and um, trying to give back, trying to put smiles on people's faces is very important for me. And this whatever you want to call it was worse than Harvey. Because so many people were just affected by it that it still hasn't came out yet. So I wanted to get these people's back up and running, and put my footprint on that city, like I've been doing.
You said that you wished that your exit from Houston had gone a little bit more smoothly, was the phrase that you used. You said you meant no disrespect. It's so clear from the work you're doing now how much the city means to you, how much the fans mean to you. What was it like to balance that emotionally with wanting out of the franchise, but also having this connection with all of these people there?
Um, Very difficult, very very difficult. I thought I would never leave that franchise. I thought I was going to be Houston, obviously, for the rest of my career. Things happen. You know, I'd have different goals, and I seen a different vision for myself, my career, my family. Like I said, that doesn't change the fact how I feel about that city. So I always do whatever it takes to help. If I can. But it just didn't go as well and smooth as I planned. The communication between myself and the front office, got a little shaky, and you know, now I look back at it and I see these other scenarios, other situations that are happening, specifically around other players that are in Houston, different sports, and their transition is going very very smooth. And I would have hoped for mine to go that smooth, but it didn't. I am where I am now. I'm very very happy and excited, and wish nothing but the best for the city and that organization.
And now that you are where you are now, what did you learn, do you think, from coming up short in Houston that you can apply here in Brooklyn as you guys chase fulfilling a championship aspiration?
Or I just try to bring that chemistry, that togetherness. Because throughout the course of a season, we all know there's ups and downs, and you go on losing streaks, you go on win streaks. But with all that being said, you have to stay together, and that's what truly brings out a great team. So we've had injuries, we've had losing streaks, here in Brooklyn. And for me, it's I think bringing everybody together, making sure we're attached, No matter what happens on the court, we're sticking together because that carries over and that goes a long way, you know. And so once we really hit that stride and we're fully healthy, that chemistry, that togetherness will definitely rub off and help us ultimately in the postseason. You've seen that in every championship team. You know, their togetherness is like, you can't break that bond that these teams are building. And I want to create that here in Brooklyn.
Right now, Kevin Durant is one of those players that isn't out on the floor with you all. He's injured. What do you see your role as when you're trying to help him through this time for him to get back out on the court eventually after the All-Star break?
It's tough because Kevin is a like hooper. Like every basketball player say they're a hooper, but Kevin like is a like natural born hooper. He doesn't care where he's playing at. He just loves the game of basketball, and you could put him in any situation on the court and he'll be effective in a positive way. But it's very frustrating for him, I'm sure, and even for us. We would love to have him back as soon as possible, but we know how important this run is. So whenever he's healthy and fully ready to go, that's when he'll return. But I'm just excited for us as a whole to be able to play as many games as we can together because of the potential that we have is very, very, scary. We've been playing pretty well. Guys that whose names are being called are stepping up big time. But just that entire health for our team is very, very important, just like any other team. And after the break, hopefully we got everybody back, and that's that push for the ultimate goal.
James, when you came to Brooklyn, there were so many questions about how you would adapt, how you would fit in next to Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Can you just walk me through the process of trying to tweak your game a little bit? And what players did you look towards as an example? Because off the top of my head, I can't think of that many stars in their prime that have been asked to do what you've been asked to do.
There's always going to be people talking about, well, can they fit in? Can they make it work? Can it happen? Like one thing about me, I can fit in any situation and on any team playing alongside any player just because I my game is very versatile. And so it was a no brainer. I knew it was going to work. I was going to make it work. Whereas if I had to sacrifice, whatever I was doing, then I was willing to do that in order for the greater of the team. And with Kevin being out, I got to, score a little bit more. I got to be a little bit more aggressive. And then obviously when Kevin gets back, I want Kevin to go out there and average 35, 40 points. And I know how, and Kyrie to go out there and average 35, 40 points. And I'll make sure I'll get the other guys involved in making sure everybody else is good and making sure our shooters and our bigs are happy as well. You could put me in any situation and I'll be great.
When you came to Brooklyn, you coined the phrase scary hours. How does the way that you all have been playing over the last couple of games live up to what you envisioned when you came here?
That's the real definition of it, because obviously we know how great we're gonna be when we're all healthy, but when adversity hits and guys are counting us out and doubting us and thinking we're not gonna be great, when you know or some certain players are out, that's the time where we still racking up wins. We're still, fighting. We're still, just doing whatever it takes to come away with wins, and we're doing that right now. And so the potential is going to be scarier when Kevin gets back. But for right now, we're holding it down and we're coming together as a team.
Do you feel like the league has already been put on notice?
I think they know, but when KD gets back, they'll definitely be on notice.
Thank you so much, James. I appreciate it.